We'll go live. Go live. Start the old.
You love this song, don't you?
Do what? Love this song.
What?
Love this song.
Yeah.
You ready? Are you ready?
Do what?
Are you ready?
Yeah. Nope.
When we
That's
pop
not.
up, you'll have to hit the.
Do what?
When we pop up, you'll have to hit the red light.
Yeah. And it's time. It's whiskey time.
It is whiskey time. It's
cocktail time.
It's cocktail time at the old 2024 NFL Combine.
Indeed. Brought to you by Ingles Markets. Low prices, love the savings. It is time to talk about the day one of all of the Underwear Olympics. Lucas Oil Stadium, we're live in Indianapolis, Indiana. Coming to you from the wonderful Union Station district.
Oh yeah, we're doing hood rat shit. Like it is straight up. We're in the hood rat shit district, and I'm here for it.
I love this place. I love this place. Such a great city. Every moment is the best.
Hey, well, look, the thing about the combine is I have always wanted to be here. If you follow me on social media, you know that I posted a picture from inside Lucas Oil Stadium that I'm gonna have that mounted and put in my office. That was like the official. Holy shit, we have made it to some stuff.
Yes, it is. It is wild to look back on the last 4 years, 4+ years of this little venture. To go, we went from broadcasting in the bunker of your house
with a drunk guy.
Yeah, during the coronavirus pandemic.
Hold on, I gotta have a Coke. I forgot a Coke. You want a Coke?
I'll see. You always got to bring a chaser with you. Of course, you could just go straight no chaser, which is a fine way to go anytime. We found the liquor store down the street, and the Woodford Reserve was on sale, and I couldn't pass it up because I do love a good Woodford. I think that should be the next one. That should be the next big sponsor that we get.
I'm totally down. We need a liquor sponsor.
We do need.
I hate having to choose at the liquor store, and I mean, frankly, it just pisses me off because there's so many choices. I've been drinking tequila since we got here.
Yeah, but
Don Julio, how about you come off some of them dollars, bruh?
Anyway, today it was one of those moments where you look back and you go, damn, 4 years, we've made it a long way. And
when Mike Silverman
we can still have a large rise on the way.
When Mike Silverman looked at me and said he has combine nipples, that's when I went, oh shit. Things are happening. Things are good.
Yes, things are good. Life is good. We hope everybody's having a wonderful night wherever you are. The day one defensive linemen, linebackers, all running the 40 times. and doing the verticals and all of that at the 2024 NFL Scouting Combine.
Braden
Let's just say
Fiskey's a
winner of the day.
motherfucking dog.
Winner of the day, Braden Fiskey, defensive tackle from Florida State. Ran
Yeah.
4.78 40.
Yeah.
He had a 33.5-inch vert.
Yeah.
He had a 9.9 broad jump.
Yeah.
And his 20-second shuttle was 4.37.
Okay.
Motherfucker. Look, he went through every drill like it was the last drill he was going to run. And I think that made me fall in love with him.
Well, I mean, look, he's a great player. I loved him at Florida State. He's obviously he's been in my lexicon all year. And a transfer from Western Michigan came into Florida State this year, really changed the defensive front. I am so happy that kid is getting his due because he deserves absolutely every second of the things that are happening for him. I don't see how he falls out of the top 50 picks.
I mean, not a chance.
I'm not sure he doesn't go in the first round.
I was looking at him going, I would spend the first round pick on that dude.
I'm not sure he doesn't go in the first round. That's how deep into this I've gotten. And look, I think he's worth it. Depending on the system, I like him better in a 4-man front. I like him as the dedicated pass rusher. I like him in it's specific. Okay. I'm not saying that every team could benefit from him, but it's pretty damn close to that. I'm not really sure the team that looks at Braden Fiskey right now and goes, "Now, that dude doesn't help us." Shit! I don't think that dude helps us.
Yeah, it's need-based. It's need-based. Anybody that might not be considering him right now probably doesn't need a defensive tackle or something, but the kid's an absolute monster.
He's a dog.
And he had a great day.
He's a dog. On my Twitter at ESPN Draft Nerd, I posted my top 5 of defensive tackles, and you have the 2 Texas guys. You have Braden Fiskey. You have Johnny Newton from Illinois, and then Chris Jenkins from Michigan. And I don't think there's any chance of any of that changing.
T'Vondre Sweat.
T'Vondre Sweat's my 2.
He's
a bit Byron Murphy.
Byron Murphy.
Yeah, T'Vondre Sweat's a bad MFer, but I'm not sure I can get him ahead of Byron Murphy. I don't think there's any way I'm going to get there. He's just so big. I mean, look, T'Vondre Sweat might be the biggest person I've ever seen. I think he could pick me up and carry me around like a baby. So I'm not sure I'm going to get to a point where I can put him ahead of Byron Murphy. I think Murphy locked himself into 1 today. I think T'Vondre Sweat locked himself into 2.
Well, I mean, your boy put up some BDD numbers. T'Vondre Sweat. Here are his numbers from today. 40.527.
Which was the slowest time of a defensive tackle, but he's also a mountain.
Vertical. You want to take a guess?
29.5.
26. It is a 26-inch vert, and the broad jump was
9.4.
8.2. That's a big damn dude. You can't really run a 40 well when you're 6'4" or 6'6".
He is 6'4", 360.
6'4", 366 pounds.
I mean, he's just a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
He's a mountain. I like him as a dedicated nose. I don't think he's going to get out of the top 50 picks. And but I also don't think you can look at him as the best defensive tackle in the class.
No.
I really don't. I think Byron Murphy is clearly more athletic. I'm not sure I wouldn't take Byron Murphy in the top 20 at this point.
Okay.
Seattle at 16.
I think Fiskey's too many now.
I'm not mad at that. I mean, I don't agree with it, but solely because I think Fiskey is so scheme specific. He needs to be in a 4-man front. I would love him with a team like the Jets or the 49ers or one of those teams that runs a 4-man front. and already has a dedicated defensive tackle that really is a space eater. That's where I think he's going to do his best work. I mean, you got to realize he played Florida State with Jared Verse, who I think did himself a lot of favors today. We'll get into that in a little bit. He also had Patrick Turner on the other side. So, I mean, it's not like he was out there by himself. It definitely helped that he had Fabian Lovett and Tatum Bethune and all these different guys on the defense. But he is an athletic freak of nature.
Joshua Penix in the YouTube comments says the combine has only made me want Sweat and Murphy more, while also making me more confident that they won't be there at 27.
Murphy won't be there at 27, and I feel very sure of that. When I do the full, Miles Murphy will be. Miles Murphy, I'm not sure wouldn't get outrun by me in a foot race. I mean, he's a BDD too.
I thought he did overall. I thought Miles Murphy had an okay day.
It wasn't much bigger than I thought.
Yes, he's much.
Seeing him up close and personal like that, he's a much bigger dude.
Yes,
than I thought.
I thought he was more athletic, like the other Miles Murphy, the one from Clemson.
No,
I thought he was more.
Miles Murphy's Miles Murphy was a freaking nightmare.
I thought he was more streamlined than that, if that makes sense. But he is a big.
I'm going to put a picture up on the screen of where we were for these workouts, which is still manners to me that, you know, every time they open these doors to us, are you sure? We are, right? We're just two dipshits.
Other guys that I thought had a good day today, I thought Mason Smith was good.
Mason Smith was incredibly mobile.
He looked
which
really
I knew
good
he would be.
He looked really good in the agility portions of it.
Look, this is a scenario for Mason Smith that really panders to what he does, and I mean I think people need to know that before they lose their ever-loving mind about him. He was good. You still have to go back to the tape and go, okay, so if you're that athletic, why did we not see more of that at LSU than we did?
Right.
That is definitely a question to ask. So this is where we were sitting in Lucas Oil Stadium. That picture to me is still, I want that mounted in my office.
You should.
I do. I want that mounted in my office.
You should definitely put that in the office.
Now that douchebag right there on the bottom right that wouldn't stop talking, he's going to live in my office forever too.
You're going to leave it.
Hey, Jared Verse is really fast for what he is. Thanks, fucking strong bad. I'm glad you contributed that to the rest of us.
I love it. I love that we got a strong bad reference.
I'm really glad you contributed that. We're all better for having heard that dumbass shit you just said.
Who that dude to me says the Cowboys need a Sweat. I would agree.
Well, in theory, they thought they got one last year with Miles Smith, and
Latu did look good as well.
He would be a winner of the day too. I was shocked. I mean, I'll be honest with you. They didn't have while we were in the building, they didn't have the times up for the first run. They didn't put your time up until the second time you ran. I did ask about that. And so they couldn't see the time.
Mm.
And they didn't show it until there was nothing they could do about it.
Gotcha. They didn't show it until after they had run their first.
Yes.
And they didn't get to see it until after.
Correct. They couldn't look up at the board and go, oh. Which, I mean,
stop. That's what you're protected against, I guess.
Oh, no doubt.
Running the first one and going, okay, I ran a 4.34. I'm done.
Yeah, no doubt. We're here, even though we're media members, we're here as spectators, and we're not the most important part of this. So as soon as that was said to me, I went, all right, that makes sense.
I get it. Other defensive tackle standouts today, Mekhi Wingo. I said this during the show. Defensive tackles from LSU, corners from LSU.
Trust them blindly.
Right, offensive lineman from Notre Dame. Somebody else, what was it? Was thrown out in the chat. It was a really good one, too. It was, can't remember. Anyway, certain position groups of certain schools.
Waitresses from Hooters. Let's go.
You just have to be careful about what diseases they might get.
No, that's not true. They test.
Fair enough.
No performance enhancers at the at the old Allies.
Further down the draft board, I thought Zion Logue did well today. I mean, he's
Who's
slow.
the kid from Houston Tabernacle Choir Baptist College? I didn't even have him on my top 300. He was one of those players that I went, who the hell is that?
Jalix Hunt?
Yes.
From Houston University.
That dude's not of this world. You meet that dude in a dark alley, and he's just going to get what he wants. And you need to be completely okay with that because he's not of this world.
Okay.
I don't know if he can play dead in the Western. I'll have to really dig back into the because, frankly, and what school do you go to? Houston Christian Tabernacle Baptist or some shit like that? Houston Christian University. Not necessarily a school that I get great film from. That shit looks like it was shot off an iPhone 8. So I can't tell you that I've dug into him all that much. Jalix Hunt, he was one of those dudes that I just looked at and went, that kid can play football.
And this has got to be a typo. They didn't put his 40 time in there, but he does have a 10-second split.
Yes.
How do you do that? How did you come up with that?
Well, because maybe the people at NFL.com decided to get into the boosters at the same time.
Maybe so. He had a 1-6 10-second split, but I can't tell
which is dumb for a guy his size.
But I cannot tell you offhand what his 40 time was. Do know that his vertical was 37 and a half, and his broad jump was 10-8.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep.
Ooh, buddy.
That kid is real talented.
Should we tease and tease for your standout defensive tackle speed rusher of the day for Solomon?
Well, Solomon's
Javon
he's an edge.
Solomon. Oh, excuse me. I apologize.
He's an edge, and I mean, look, I mean, it didn't go as well as I wanted it to. His first 40 was in the low 4.8s. He got to 4.72 with his second run. And I told you before he ran, I was like, I almost hope he runs slow. I almost hope he runs slow so people don't see the time and go, oh, it's my dude. That's my dude. Yep. I don't care that he ran at 4.72.
Oh, okay. Who that dude to me says that's Houston Baptist.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, I could have called them what they used to be called, but I didn't know what it was now. Mm. It's like the Houston Christian Tabernacle Glory Choir for the blind, deaf, and dumb, or whatever the hell it is.
They're just trying to separate themselves from the Baptist name. Is that what
I don't know.
Is this like the Biltmore Church? You're doing the same thing that they did, just
That's Sportsocracy ESPN.
We know why you did that. You're not fooling anybody. Darius Robinson. You want to talk about him for a minute?
Ooh.
You were a little disappointed.
A little disappointed.
5.
I was a little disappointed in the size of my penis as a grown man. I was.
Hey, this is good whiskey. Please don't make me spit it across the room.
I was way more than a little disappointed in Darius Robinson. I don't know what to do with it. Hell, his second run was in the 5s.
Yeah.
I mean, and look, I know this is a guy that lined up as a defensive tackle last year, but damn, you're trying to sell me as an edge. Now I look at him, and there's really no path that you're going to be an outside the tackle edge rusher. I think he's a 3-4 end. I think he's a defensive tackle. I think that takes him off the board in the first round. You should stop seeing him in the first round. That's not a thing. He's not going in the first round because people are going to look at that workout and go, I watched him run, and I looked at Tank. The beauty of not having the times up on the first run is that you can watch him. And I watched him run, and I turned to Tank, and I went, I'm not sure that dude's not slower than I am. And that's unsettling, to say the least.
Yeah, it was not a good day.
No, he didn't. For as good a days as he had at the Senior Bowl, yikes. Today was not great. Who that dude to me said NFL Network camera or Darius Robinson to Cam Jordan today. Yeah, I mean, and I get it. I get the comp, and I don't think it's a terrible comp. I just think he's going to fall based off that workout.
Maybe the take.
I told you today, it is way easier for guys to hurt themselves at the combine than it is for them to help themselves. Yes. And he hurt himself.
Fastest 40 times of the day came in the edge rushers.
And the linebackers. We got a linebacker that we're going to have to talk a considerable bit about.
Was he faster?
4.43.
Than the edge rushers? Yeah, I guess he was. He was just a hair. He was just a hair faster than the fastest edge rushers. Fastest guy of the day was the guy that I've been talking about for the last 2 days. He got up on the podium and said he's going to set the combine on fire. And NC State's Peyton Wilson, 4.44.40. Is that the official?
I got 4.43.
Okay, official. Somewhere in there. 34.5-inch vert, 9.11 broad jump.
He killed it.
He did.
He killed it. He's gonna be the first linebacker off the board,
no doubt.
Short of the medical just being a fucking war zone, he's gonna be the number one linebacker off the board. Now the question is how high can he go? And I know my thoughts. What are your thoughts? He's an off-ball linebacker, so that obviously hurts him anyway.
Yeah.
How high do you think?
I mean, is there an off-ball linebacker needy team at the end of the first round?
I don't think you go first. Even with the workout, I don't think you go first. Yeah. I think it's more likely. And I always call these overnight players, where we readjust all of our boards, and we have a player at 21 that doesn't get picked in the first round, and then we see them in that first 5 that every network shows going into the second day. That's where I think he'll be. I think he'll be one of those best 5 available going into day 2.
Yeah. And
then he winds up with Washington's the team I keep looking at, just going, I don't know how you're going to pass on him twice.
Because you should.
Because your linebacker suck shit.
Oh, that's right. Because they have two picks at the top of the second round, don't they?
Yeah.
Or is that
that's Chicago's pick, and they're on.
Yes. Okay. I wouldn't hate that. Would not hate that one bit. Kid made himself a lot of money today. And I think he's made himself a lot of money this weekend. Because when you come in with an attitude like that of I'm going to do this, and then you go out and do it.
Yeah, then it's like you have big dick syndrome.
Absolutely.
And it's
and the last 2 years of this play has only improved.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, and look, this is not a great.
Tape backs up the combine.
Well, this is not a great off-ball linebacker class anyway. And then you have guys like Maris LaFau that it's good, not great. I don't think he boosted his stock today. And I could say that about damn near every linebacker in the class. Edgerrin Cooper wasn't as fast as I thought he would be. I just feel like everybody was fine. And then Peyton Wilson just made the combine his bitch.
It looks like Kalen DeLoach was second in the 40 times amongst the linebackers at 4.47.
Yeah, he's just so undersized that he's a specific 4.3 outside linebacker. Right?
But putting up a 9.11 broad, 30.5 vert, those are great numbers. Great numbers.
Oh, no doubt.
And draft stock, no doubt.
Look, Kalen's going to be a solid end of day 2, beginning of day 3 pick for somebody. But I could have told you that from years of watching at Florida State. Mm-hmm. The tape screams on him. Yep. It's just he has physical limitations. And some guys have that. You know, you're not tall enough, you're not big enough, you're not fast enough, you're not whatever. And Kalen DeLoach kind of falls into that for me.
Peyton Wilson was the fastest linebacker. And then Dallas Turner and Chris Braswell would have been 2.
Dallas Turner.
Dallas Turner with 4.46.40.
Eating sleep.
40.5-inch vertical. Did you see that? I did not see that.
None of that surprised me.
And a 10.7 broad.
None of that surprised me. Eating sleep football center. Remember what I said about Dallas Turner? I'm not shocked that he blew the combine out. My question is, what does that mean for his draft stock? Does that mean he's going to go in the top 10? Does that mean now Denver's a pipe dream because Denver's where I like him the best? I just still look at him and go, all this is cute. All this is cute. All this is good. It doesn't change the fact that against the run, I'm not sure I could have run for a $140 running to your side. So, yes, I saw a lot of things that I expected to see from him. I also still have the questions about him that I had coming in. So I would be remiss to not say I'm not shocked that he did what he did at the combine. I still like, as Eat and Sleep said, I still like Latu better. I still like Jared Verse better. Dallas Turner will be my 3 coming in the edge class. I'm just curious of where he ends up. Who that dude to me said he gives him serious Nolan Smith vibes. And I agree. And did you notice that no player in the NFL played less snaps as a first-round pick than Nolan Smith in 2023? I don't think the same thing is going to happen with Dallas Turner. I just think he's going to be situational.
At least to begin with.
I would say yes. I think he needs to bulk up and still be able to keep the speed. That's the problem. When you have a guy like that, you want to bulk him up so they can hang out so they can hang it against the run. But then they lose the speed, which is what got him. And Dallas Turner is a physical freak of nature. That's why he got it.
Yep. Chris Braswell was fast as well today. 4.46 for him too.
I don't actually think that changes his stock at all. I think we kind of thought that's what he was going to do.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be a true dedicated situational pass rusher. I think he comes off the top 50 picks, but I would say his range is the beginning of 2 to the middle of 2.
All right, before we get to your guy, you talk about my guy, because I think the more and more the process goes along, the more and more I'm convincing myself that at 26 we're going to be able to get Chop Robinson.
Chop did himself a lot of favors today. And I told you coming in while we were sitting in Lucas Oil, I said, you watch. Chop's, this is made for Chop. Mm-hmm. I told you from the jump, the comp on him is Miles Murphy, and that's not going to stop. I mean, that's who he reminds me of. He is a big, thin edge rusher that can terrorize fucking quarterbacks, but I'm not sure he's ever going to be a three down rusher. I look at teams like George Karlaftis when Kansas City took him, or Felix Anadike is on. That's what I look at. I see him as a guy that goes to a really good team who just needs somebody that can come in and terrorize quarterbacks. And that's his fit. I was happy for him. Look, I think he's a great kid. He's one of my favorite players in this class. Mm-hmm. I'm not shocked that he did it. I'm glad that he did it. And I think it's definitely going to help.
4.49 and 40 for Chop Robinson, defensive end out of Penn State. 34.5-inch vertical. And also had a 10.8 broad jump.
Which is dumb.
It is very dumb.
It's like pulling your pants down and just going 11.5. Like, that's not supposed to be a measurement that happens.
Mo Camara. That was a guy that we watched doing the 40 time. Ran a little bit slower than you thought he would.
Not really slower than I thought he would. He ran slower than I thought he did because the time wasn't up on the screen.
Okay.
I looked at Tank when he came out, and I went, this is a dude that I'm absolutely in love with. I love him as a third-round pick. I think he's the Elvis Dumervil type. This is going to come and terrorize quarterbacks for a year. And 2 years from now, we're going to look at this and go, how the hell did we let him slip as far as he did? He runs. They don't put the time up. And Tank went, I thought he was a little slow. And I went, he wasn't. He wasn't. And then they put the times up, and he was the fastest of the first group of edge rushers. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's what I was talking about. I thought he might be a little faster than that, but he didn't do anything to disappoint me. I think he probably stayed where he was coming into this, if not maybe a little bit of a help. I think Kamara is an absolute dog. And if you go back and watch that Colorado tape, he was a terror. And I think he'll come into this league and be a terror.
There was a reason that Florida State was deserving in some aspects.
All aspects.
In some aspects.
All aspects.
Of making the
They're
college
observing
football
in
playoff.
all aspects. The way you said that is all aspects. They would have gotten their mouths fucked, but they were deserving of being there.
Because of that defense. And we already talked about Braden Fiske and how great of a day he had. The other guy, love it. He was okay. He was pretty good. He had some good numbers. He struggled a little bit in the non-timed keeping his footing, but I don't know that really matters to scouts.
Do you see now, watching the combine live, that it actually does matter?
I mean, yes, I get it. Okay. And this just further proves my point that I've been saying for the last 2 days is the NFL or somebody needs to do a better job of bringing this to the fans to say, this is why it matters.
I was sitting in the seat I was sitting in today. Trust me, I was sitting there like a pig in shit.
Oh, yeah. Jared
I think I came twice.
The other guy, what was his name? I forgot. Lovett. Fabian Lovett, Braden Fiske, and then Jared Verse.
Jared Verse.
Who did all of the things we thought he did.
Jared Verse going to the top 12.
Top 12?
Yeah. I think he can go as high as 8 to Atlanta. I think his floor is 12 to Denver.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be shocked if he doesn't go that high.
Um,
and that's what the tape says you should do. In all reality, that's what the tape says you should do.
Ran a 4.6 40, 35-inch vertical, 10.7 broad jump. That's the first 3-cone drill I've seen. 7.31. Is that a good score?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Kid's an athletic freak. Absolute power.
He just looks different. You know, when he took off, I just said he looks different. He looks different than every other edge I've seen today. He looked different than Dallas Turner. He looked different than Leatu Latu. He looked like an elite prospect. And I think he is an elite prospect. I think in any other draft class, he would be a surefire top 10 pick.
Yep. Colin Greene says, big shout out to Cedric Johnson, who's a Mobile native. Kamara and the dude from Troy may be sleepers.
Javon Solomon, I'm glad he didn't run real fast so everybody start jumping to fucking wash their molars with his member. Because I told Tank, I was like, that's my dude. That's still my dude. I don't care that he ran 4.17.
Back Satisfied Browns fan says he usually doesn't even pay attention to the combine, but he likes Dwayne Carter's movements.
I don't know what you said.
It timed out or something. You put your pen in.
No,
Screen's all going blank.
Oh,
I
shit.
guess that means it's time to drink.
But first, let me take a shot. Speaking of which, I think it's time for a community shot of Fireball.
Community shot.
I think it's time for a community shot of Fireball. Oh, shit again. Now what'd you do? I broke it. I mean, they can still see us. Nothing's changing. There, calm down.
I'm going to get up while you're fucking with that.
You calm down. You calm down, damn. Tank's going to go give us a shot of Fireball. And while he does that, I'll answer some questions. Back Satisfied Browns fan. He's all about Dwayne Carter. And to be honest with you, he's not the only one. He's been a really common name around this week. The thing about this week that, at least that I have learned this week, is that people, when you're on Radio Row like we are, people walk by and see the name, they see the city, and they figure out who you know. And so I've been asked about Dwayne Carter a lot. I never thought he was making it out of the top 75 picks, and I'm more sure of that today than I was yesterday. I like this defensive tackle class way better than I thought I was going to. I didn't love it at first. I did a little bit more of a deep dive on it, especially after Mobile, where I loved Fiske, I loved T'Vondre Sweat, and now we're here. And now I think we're 7 or 8 deep with real, honest to God, genuine impact defensive tackle players. Pennywise said Ron Rivera would have sold his soul to the devil for Braden Fisk, and you're probably not wrong. Braden Fisk is a D-O-double-G dog. Fisky Fisk, whatever.
Well, now wait a minute. You were the one that convinced me that it's Fisky.
It is Fisk.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I just also look at that and go, that's Fisk.
Did I do too much?
100%.
Okay.
Did I do too? This motherfucker brings me a cocktail glass with Fireball in it and asks me if he did too much.
Did I do too much?
That's 3 fingers of Fireball.
Wow. It's going to get rowdy tonight. He's already laid out the plan, and I'm along for the ride.
I'm a warrior.
I'm
a warrior.
I'm going to try to be.
Let that be.
I'm glad you're strong, because you may have to carry me home.
I bet don't.
Why do you like that?
Why do I like that?
Why do you like that?
That's because it's lovely.
Oh,
this is lovely.
Oh, it's just pain and anger with sugar.
It burns the nostrils. It really burns the nostrils.
God, why does Fireball have to be so bad?
I think Wild Tank is patting his hymen over here.
Yes.
I believe this is a great time. I believe this is a great time.
Broken.
I believe it's a great time to ask the draft.
Uh-huh.
All right. It seems like people want us to go to the draft.
No.
I mean, I'm not averse to going. I know we can go. I'm not either. If we go to Detroit, though, I'm taking HWA.
I don't think she'll let you go on another trip with her.
Oh,
I mean, when you leave town, she injures herself. So.
Oh, yeah, T's and P's raced up.
Yeah.
HWA lost a nail while it was gone.
Oh, she cut her finger bad.
Yeah,
she had to go to urgent care the other night.
Yeah, it was fun.
Say a prayer. Say a prayer for her.
T's and P's.
Poor girl.
She was pounding out tequila when we called her earlier. She was living her best life.
Oh.
I'm pretty confident asleep right now. Because she
never passed out.
She went hard. She went Jeremy hard in the bank.
Yeah, she went, it's 5 o'clock here and now.
So here's the thing. With the draft, I mean, do I think that we can line up the funding? I do. I mean, here's the thing. There is another sponsor that has a picture.
He's trying.
I mean, look, you missed 100% of the shots you're going to take.
No doubt. The worst you can do is throw out the pitch and they can say no. It is what it is.
Common sense ain't common. I think he has a point. And I can read the gist of it. It's that the screen is really far away from me.
He says, I personally do not want you guys to go to the draft. Online is so much funnier.
I agree with that.
I mean, I kind of do too.
I agree with that.
I kind of enjoy the just hanging out for hours, just shooting the shit.
Well,
it's not something you can do if you're in the building.
Well, Georgia Village Sports has already told me, you got carte blanche. Whatever you want, we'll put you back up there.
To me, I feel like that's the thing.
I think it is too. I mean, hell, here's the thing. We could raise the money for it in theory, or we could take that money and buy badass cameras like everybody else in the radio has, which is what I want. I want to come back here next year like big dick in a locker room. Like, oh, you're making fun of our little tiny cameras last year. Look at this shit. It's laser and blazer. That's what I want to do, but that's just me. That's because I have a petty problem.
Yes.
I'm Richard Petty.
And
I got a 43 tattoo on my butthole. I am Richard Petty.
That's about a visual any of us needed tonight.
4 on the left.
bend over 403.
I know. Yeah, actually, you're not wrong. I thought you screwed that up. I thought your smart ass comment was wrong.
That's right.
See, what I would like to do is do a big charity drive at the Village Forest.
That could be fun.
And just anybody that can get there will, hell, I don't know, I'll make a deal with Days or something, comp rooms or something. That's what I would rather do.
Right.
I would rather give George the business and everybody come in and just drink their faces off for 3 days. I think that's a better. I mean, look, this has a definite role.
Yes.
I don't know that we're going to be able to market and make connections in the draft the way we have these other two.
Yeah. Let's see here. Anthony Hurt says, so should Indy draft a quarterback just in case? So, like, 5th through 7th round? Would you take a quarterback to back up Anthony Richardson?
Well, I mean, Ron Wolf took a quarterback every year. And I don't think there's a negative to that. What is happening with the lights over there? Where is that? Do you see that light that's moving around in that building that's been completely inoccupied since we've been here?
Yes.
There's some shit happening in that building. I personally want to know what's happening over there.
Oh, well, that's the first movement that I've seen.
Well, there's a TV on in the room. I can see it. You said the lights were off. The lights are not off. There's a television in that damn place that's running.
It wasn't before.
I don't agree with you. I think you're full of shit. I think you're drunk ass didn't see that television movie. Because now it's very obvious to me.
I'm not full of shit. For the entire week we've been here, the second floor of that building has been nothing but black. And I can see 2 exit signs. And I keep thinking, like, there's something in there. I can tell there are things in there. But no one has been there.
You know what I mean?
You're more of the club life than I am. Is that something that's normal?
Anybody shocked that I'm more
Saturday, Sunday bar?
Oh, that happens a lot.
Okay. All right.
Anybody shocked that I'm more of the club life than I? Anybody?
Nobody shocked.
I didn't think so.
No, sir. No, sir. All right, I gotta go with this. I'll be right back.
Could you read a question so I can at least?
What? I'll read a question. You want me to?
Hey,
Let me look.
I have
Let
a
me
fucking
look.
pair of headphones on. I can't hear you right now. You took off the damn. You took off the headset, Ricky. Bobby, I can't hear you anymore. Cal Naughton over there just. I can see Tim Raymond said they're watching us. If they're watching us, they have seen 2 middle-aged dudes that pee a lot. We eat a lot of sandwiches. This would be a great time to say that if you ever come to Indianapolis, we're staying on top of the Patron Saint and the Saint Shack, which are 2 bars that are underneath us. And I cannot say enough how great the owners of this place have been. Look, I know we're not from here, so I don't know how much benefit we're doing for them. But the Saint Shack downstairs is a phenomenal bar. They have been so good to us. They've also. I'm not 100% sure how I've drank that much alcohol and paid that little. And maybe it's Indy prices. I don't know. Maybe I'm used to surge pricing. But this place has been so good. The owner of this place has been so good to us. If you come to Indianapolis, come in here, have a couple pops, just tell them that the Sportsocracy guy sent you. They've been so good to us. And it was total accident. We didn't know we were staying on top of a bar until we got here and realized it. I gave a pub at the bar downstairs.
Awesome. We got to go down to the club, though. After hearing...
Well, the owner of the club is apparently a really good EDM DJ.
Not really good. The guy in the bar that was sitting next to us earlier today said that he said something like he is one of the best EDM DJs in the country. Like, this is like one of the best EDM
He said it was the best EDM
in
bar in the country.
Right. And so I feel like we
I need to see it. I need to say here's the thing.
Although I need some glow sticks for that, don't I? And that's an EDM, is that rave bullshit? Right?
Why are you 1,000?
Am I wrong?
No, you don't need a glow stick. You don't. What? Do you take sand to a beach, dickhead? No, they have fucking sand.
So they hand them out at the park. Is that what you're saying?
How that usually
Okay, all right. See, I'm learning shit. I appreciate it.
What's funny is that every person that has met us has been like, how long have y'all been doing this together? Because you were...
God damn, you guys... It's like y'all are married.
The synergy, that it's not like we're married. So, I can do way better than you. If I ever decided I wanted to go that path, I can do way better looking than you.
I don't know about that.
I know definitively you could not do way better looking than me.
That probably is true.
That's other. Probably just back this shit left.
Welcome into Drunk Sports. Thanks, Spencer. Johnny.
Well, just because we got a few pops, it doesn't mean that we're saying anything's not true.
You keep saying that word. Just because we came to the Midwest, you have to call it pop now? Like, what is that?
Well, that's a pop.
That's a Coke.
No, this is a Coke.
Yes, this is Coke.
That's a Coke.
Okay.
This is a pop.
Oh, okay.
Pop is a booze.
I did not know that.
You got a pop.
Because
pop
I do know people from the Midwest who call this a pop.
No, that's a soda or a Coke. I've never used the term pop.
I thought we came up here and then all of a sudden Jeremy just changed his whole vocabulary.
I was talking about the booze. Like that's a pop. Like
Okay, all right.
Got a couple pops in me.
Yeah, there we go. Really hope you guys are having as much fun as we are with all of this. Anthony Hurt says go to the Indy 500. That's not this weekend, so I can't. He says NASCAR ain't got shit on that. No, not open wheel. I mean, I guess if that's your thing, that's your thing. I'm a Southern. Oh no doubt. If that was on the table, I would not say no.
All right, so
I'm just saying I'm a Southern boy, and stock car racing is where it's at. You know, that open wheel bullshit. I mean, you hit the wall and you're dead.
Okay, so I feel like this is a great time to position a question to our constituency. I have an idea, and I need you all to tell me whether it sucks or doesn't suck. So obviously now we have gotten far enough down the rabbit hole that we can get to stuff like this. I want to do an Insomniac with Dave Attell type show where we go to cool sporting events, some of which are like the Combine, some of which is like turtle fucking or flip cupping or whatever weird event we can find. And me, you, and HWA, and Andy, when she can, make the trips. We go hit these events with a camera crew, and we get people behind closed doors. I think that shit would sell like hell. Am I in the... we've argued about this for years now. Will somebody tell me if this is a horrible idea or if it's as good as I think it is? Because I think it's a bajillion dollar idea. Can you imagine the two of us with a camera crew just hitting bars?
I love the idea. I've always loved the idea. So, yeah.
It's funnier when you don't love the idea.
You're not really going to drag me along kicking and screaming on this one.
Well, I mean, the beauty is that when it comes to business things, you just kind of go, hey, that fat mullet guy, whatever he says, you do what he that. That's what I want to do.
Again, should I say, we went from broadcasting in your basement 4 years ago to now sitting in a very nice Airbnb in the middle of one of the nicest cities in the Midwest. Actually, it's the only city in the Midwest I've ever been to. So if you're from one of the other cities in the Midwest,
they're pretty sweet.
Don't get it mixed up.
Midwestern people are just way nicer.
Yeah, I love the people. I like the walkability of the city, the safety of the city. I was walking down some alleys earlier tonight trying to find the freaking liquor store that I thought, probably if I were in any other city, like if I was in Atlanta walking down this alleyway right now, I'm 100% sure that I'm gonna get murdered. I'm either getting murdered or raped, and that's not gonna end up well for me either way.
I love that. So, first of all, you're not necessarily the number one victim.
You never know. You might run into a warrior that just can't help himself.
It may not be about sex, but I can tell you it's a little about sex.
It's more about the availability of it. Anyway, I really like this place. That's the point. Before you started talking about anal sex on the streets, I don't know what that was all about, but here we go.
Oh boy, yeah, that went down a rabbit hole. He
wants to try to take me out after this, and this is.
I'm gonna. There's not gonna be a try to take me out. I know what I missed last night because this fuckstick convinced me to stay in. I know that I missed doing shots of tequila with a former NFL head coach not that far from here. And now I'm pissed and I want to recreate it. And so I'm going to keep going to that bar until that shit happens again. Because you were the one that went, well, we call it an early night. It's the first time I've called it an early night on the road since 2012.
Trying to be the
and a particular former NFL head coach who has two consonants to start his last name was at a bar right there doing tequila, and we could have become best friends, and you screwed that up.
Yes. So, I guess it's all on me, guys. Sorry about that.
So it was all on you. I agree. I'm more disappointed in myself.
There you go. Appreciate it. Chiefs Nation UK says Tank is going to wake up with one cheek hanging out and won't be able to find his glasses. That is a good possibility.
That's entirely possible.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Tom Green said get ready for sunglasses Jeremy tomorrow. The funny thing is, this is the most sober I've been at 10 o'clock since we've been here.
And
it's not close, actually.
Yeah, Radio Row with the sunglasses. It's gonna be nice.
I'd do it.
Back satisfied Browns fan says, Jeremy, if there was a safety to go in the first round, who should it be?
Not one.
Not one. Okay, who should be the first safety off the board?
Tyler Newman, Minnesota.
More than Bowler?
Oh God, yeah. Javon Bullard's not the first top 64 pick. There's only two answers to that. It's either Tyler Newman or Cameron Kitchens.
Kitchens is a good one.
Yeah, but he didn't help himself in Mobile. I think he's more in the third round.
Yep.
Good job. Yeah, I saw you do it.
Hey, just knock it off.
It feels weird to be this sober at 10 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm. This sober. Again, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a long night for me.
Are you not entertained? Anthony Hurd said we should get more of that St. Elmo's. That shrimp was friggin' awesome.
So good.
My 16-year-old kid thought that was the funniest shit she'd ever seen in her life.
That cocktail sauce is just
divine. It is divine. I want to know where they get those mutant shrimps. Them things are coming out of a nuclear power plant lake.
Look, St. Elmo's.
That
Elmo's makes enough money. They have that shit flown in
from Chernobyl. That shrimp was bigger than my shrimp. Okay,
it was very large. Yes. Yes. Don't let me forget, by the way. I have to take a bottle of that.
Does you have to get a bottle of that?
Yes, I have to go by there one afternoon at least. If we can't get a table there, at least I have to go by there and get a bottle of the sauce to take home.
Oh, I'm gonna get a table there.
She absolutely.
I'm gonna stick tank with the bill from like St. Elmo's. And when I say stick tank with the bill, I mean not tell him I'm gonna do it and then just walk the fuck out.
Walk out.
I want to.
He paid.
I want to run up a $500 bill and just walk out like big dick in the locker room.
I will soil myself.
I know
everybody.
I know, and that's why I want to do it because I think it would be super funny.
I'll be begging to wash dishes.
I'll work
2 shifts. I'll come back next week and work another shift.
If I have learned anything this week, it's that Tank will look at me and just go, "You got this, right?
Yep, you got this.
You got this, right?" He's right. I mean, I do control the business account, so I mean, I understand where your brain's at. It's not like we're just 2 independent contractors here. You're looking at me going, "Please, Chuck, can I have some more for it? Can I have some more for it with that sweet? It's also a compliment, please.
Please.
Please, can I have some more?" That's not how this is going.
Eat and Sleep Football says, or asked, who do you want to see to run tomorrow?
Let's see, what do we have?
Tomorrow is the defensive backs and.
I think it's all DBs.
There's another position group. There's two position groups tomorrow. I can't think
Corners
of
and safety.
Man. I guess.
I think it's all DBs. DBs tend to be.
DBs and tight ends. That's tomorrow.
Tight end, that's right. That's right. Who do I want to see run tomorrow? I would like to see if one of the tight ends kind of breaks out by being way faster. Yaheem Bell is the one I'm specifically thinking of. DBs, I want to see the higher end guys, the Cooper DeJeans and Nate Wiggins.
Is he running?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're all running, to my knowledge. I've yet to get an official confirmation.
Is he not? He's not hindered by the broken leg anymore. That's all.
Well, DeJean's not running. Sorry, I didn't.
Okay.
I heard you say that, but I didn't process it. He's not running because he's not to the I can walk point.
I was gonna say I feel like he had surgery just a month ago.
He's not running, but he's not really who I'm talking about. Wiggins is one that I'm specifically thinking of. The Auburn guys, Pritchett and James. There's a lot that I want to see tomorrow, and I want to see if there's a tight end that really distances themselves. Theo Johnson, can he keep up the momentum from the Senior Bowl? That's the beauty of this event, is that there is something every single day. I will also tell you this, as somebody that's always wanted to be in that building is cold as shit. I froze my dingus off watching the 3 hours that we watched from Lucas Oil today.
It's a very huge building. I walked the entire footprint, and it was yikes. It was a long way. However, I will say, if anything has been proven to me, it's the Indianapolis is way more of a professional sports city than Charlotte is. It is sad how Charlotte stacks up to Indianapolis. Just with all of the facilities. Lucas Oil Stadium, way better than Bank of America Stadium. The Gainbridge
Lucas Oil was almost shocking. Because I personally never been here before. It is shocking how good that stadium is.
Mm-hmm. There's
a reason that David Tepper was trying to build a stadium in Rock Hill, because he knows because this is not even one of the newer stadiums in this league. The Lucas Oil is what, 20 years old?
But this is what you have to have. You have to have something like this that is aesthetically pleasing It's got all of the amenities that you could possibly want. The sight lines are absolutely beautiful from every corner of it. I'm not shitting you. I walked every fucking stitch of that stadium today.
Well, I mean, the picture I took was off my phone.
Yeah, I stepped out on the concourse at every corner of that stadium just to see what it's like from every angle. There's a fucking reason that they have the biggest events in sports. They have all of the Final Fours. I think they're.
I mean, look,
they had it on right here. They had it on the wall. There's like 5 Final Fours. They'd have been there. There have been like 3 or 4 there already, and then there's 2 more coming. One's next year, and then another one 3 years from now. There's a reason that this place hosts so many great events because it's a fantastic stadium.
Well, man, that picture right there is off my phone. So, I mean, to take a picture of that quality with a phone, the lighting has to be insanely good. Mm-hmm. And it is. I mean, everything about it is that good.
It is. Plus, I got to stand for just a moment and quietly, creepily watch me kind of stupid thing. That was awesome. Just standing back and watching the ESPN crew do their thing, and yeah, that was my first time seeing Nina in person, and I'm just as smitten in person as I am on television. I love her.
Mina's gorgeous.
I love her.
She's gorgeous and she's good at what she does.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the same thing about her that you say about most people. I wish we could do karate in the garage. Me and Mina.
Oh, that's me, Terry Adams. I wish me and Terry Adams could do karate.
Indeed. I think it's about time that we wrap this up.
But Tank's trying
get some more food in me.
Tank's
before you try to drag me out on the street.
Oh, I'm dragging you on the street. The wishing hour is in 53 minutes. At the bar that I know where people go. Uh-huh. And that's where we're headed. So, what up?
Bill Booty Cheek says Nick Sirianni made the shrimp, which I guess I should be afraid of. They're out to kill him. I think that Philadelphia crew, they're out to kill him.
Might be. Might be.
It just might be.
A bit of back satisfied bros fans. Go ahead and download Uber. Bro, we don't need Uber. The bar where everybody goes, I can literally piss on from where we're sitting.
Yes.
I can see the sign from where I'm sitting right now.
I got a feeling I'm going to get drunk and get on a scooter tonight. I think this could be fun.
If that happens, I can confirm I will video it from a scooter behind him. I know how uncoordinated this motherfucker is. If he gets on a scooter, he will be in the ER by this time tomorrow.
Could be. You never know. We'll have the full recap of the first day of Combine action, plus all of the breaking and latest news from the NFL tomorrow live from the Indiana Convention Center. Radio Road 2024 NFL Scouting Combine. Yikes.
We got a shirt that's...
You got to put that away, because...
We got a shirt that had gone full on. I guess I just slid too far into this comfortable ass couch. It's a big fat gut that was trying to escape out of the bottom of a shirt. I apologize for that. I hadn't seen that, or I would have wrecked it.
All right, we will be live from Radio Road tomorrow at noon. You can check us out on the iHeartRadio app, ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, 1400 locally. And subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. We know you already have, so just we'll see you tomorrow afternoon for the show. See you then.
No. Oh, there it is.
There it is. Howdy, folks.
Yeah, just commentate the song.
You're a fucking idiot. Wow. Why are you going to talk over the song? Don't do that.
This is bullshit. Piece of shit out of my finger.